Yeah, I started riding at the age 3 back home in Colombia, mostly because I really love animals and my older cousins were already a little bit into the sport, a few years older than me. So that's how my passion began. For me, especially in the years that I was living in Colombia, it was difficult to have access to big competitions and stuff, so watching videos and watching competitions that were passed hand to hand from different riders or fans in Colombia was really the way for us to follow the big sport. I think the riders have different reasons what to do the sport and what not. For me, the producing young horses is by far my biggest passion. I've always really liked to see things grow, to start with something small and make something big out of that something small. So in horse it applies like that, and to learn about the bloodlines and to learn how to grow up with the horses, it teaches you patience. I'm not a very patient person myself, so I think it's a little bit of therapy, and it really makes me very proud every time I see any of the horses that we produced be in the international ring with me or with any other rider. I've always tried to ask that question myself also, what am I looking for? But it's not, I think, really something that you can put into words. It's something that you just feel. I've always tried to put it into words, and then I look at the horses that I have, and some of them don't even meet what I'm saying. They're different than what I'm saying with words. But what you do definitely want to see or to try to have in a horse is their will to learn and to perform, and that intelligence, as Jerome Dubbeldam, one of my idols, says, you have to give your horse good food. Give him good food and give him good work. If you do that, you're gonna have a good horse. Everything else is just extra. To have great feed, horses really enjoy eating it. You don't really have to mix it with much stuff. They just simply are happy to eat it when you give it to them. And nowadays the horses spend a lot of weeks in Europe or in America, and to have to switch their feeds, it's just one more variable that becomes a headache. The horses are animals of routine. For them, the routine is key for success. You try to repeat every day the same thing, day after day after day, and that's what gives them peace, and that's what gives them strength, and that's what gives them confidence to perform. So now that we have red meals, that I can have it here in America, in Europe, when I go to Mexico, when I go to Canada, it really makes a big difference.